I've learned of some new information regarding the Buffalo Bills' new stadium PSLs. I've talked to a couple sources. Got a couple scoops here for you. Starting right now on Talking Buffalo.
Welcome to Talking Buffalo, featuring conversations with guests from around the world of sports, media, pop culture, and all things Buffalo, with your host, Patrick Moran.
All right, what is going on, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to another episode of Talking Buffalo, your weekday daily driver for Buffalo Sports Talk and more. My name is Patrick Moran. Thank you very much, as always, for watching, for listening, for following, for subscribing. I appreciate you all very, very much. And I got to tell you, too, before we get into today's show, just completed the second busiest month in the history of Talking Buffalo. March 2024, awesome month, great numbers, viewership's growing, more people are listening, more people are watching on the video side than ever before. So again, I don't say this, half-heartedly. I truly thank you very, very much. This has been a lot of fun, and I want to talk about something specific today, and this won't be a particularly long episode. This is regarding the Bills' new stadium and more specifically PSLs. Not too long ago, I did a show with Joe from Queens, and we talked about the PSLs, but at the time, I really didn't have much information to share. A lot of it was speculation. Since then, I've learned about some solid information regarding the Bills' new stadium. And like I said, PSLs. I've spoken to a couple sources that are connected to the Bills' stadium experience, the tour, the PSLs, the selling of them, including one source that I personally consider ironclad. There's a lot of speculation out there, folks. You know it. A lot of noise going on. And I mean a lot. A lot. And it comes from a bunch of fans and season ticket holders that, quite frankly, they don't really know what's going on. And I promise you, man, I get it. I really do. I mean, that shit could be incredibly frustrating. I mean, at least I would imagine. Some people have been season ticket holders for the Bills for years. In some cases, some people have held on the season tickets for the Bills for decades, literally decades. And they're fearful. They're scared. They're worried that they're going to get priced out of this new stadium. And before I really dig in here, I want to note this too. I don't have a horse in this race when it comes to Bills, PSLs, and season tickets. I'm going to preface, all this by saying right now, not only do I personally, on a personal level, have zero interest in buying a PSL, let alone Bills season tickets. I mean, I literally rarely, if ever, even go to regular season games. Going to a Bills game at the stadium or any NFL stadium for that matter, it's just not my jam. It's not. I enjoy tailgates. I love going to tailgates, man. I enjoy tailgate for a Bills game as much as the next guy. As long as it's not cold outside, because I'm soft. I make no bones about it. I don't like being cold. So if it's September, October, and you're talking fun weather, you might catch me at a Bills tailgate having a good time. But when it comes to going into the stadium and watching the games in the stadium instead of TV, it's like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm good. And again, speaking for myself only personally, and I'll tell you why I'm saying this in a second here. I like the comfort of watching Bills games from my home, whether it's alone, whether it's with my wife and the kids, whether it's with extended family, whether it's with friends. I could go to someone else's spot. I could be convinced on occasion to go to a bar, or maybe some watch gathering somewhere, etc. But I just don't like going to games. I like being comfortable. I like watching it on my 70-inch television, 75-inch television. I like to be able to rewind a play instantly, go to pause it if something comes up. go back, listen to the commentators. It's just, for me personally, a better experience. And that's just my own personal preference, right? And I say that because I think it allows me to make a more objective, unemotional reaction to this news that's going on and all these rumors circulating with the Bills Stadium and the PSLs and just this entire process. And I will say too, one thing I completely agree with when it comes to irate fans right now, and apparently the Erie County executive, Mark Poloncarz as well, is there seems to be a lack of transparency. Not seems to be, there is a lack of transparency coming from the team down to the fans right now. And that is incredibly frustrating. I want to put up a tweet that Mark Poloncarz actually put up. I'll read it for people who are not watching on the video side here. Mark Poloncarz tweeted, as noted in the story, he's referring to a Buffalo News story about sticker shock on some of the prices. But Mark tweeted, as noted in the story, while the Bills have a right to sell PSLs, as almost every team does today, I let them know before they went on sale that they should be upfront and reveal all seat PSL prices now. The fans of this team, especially decades-long season ticket holders, deserve it. I agree with that. I really do. I don't understand why the prices of PSLs are being held secret right now. I mean, for most people, except for a couple areas, which I'm going to get into here in just a couple minutes, most of these areas in PSL prices, they're being held secret and they're being guarded like tighter than Brandon Beane's Buffalo Bills draft board right now. I get, you need to have organization. You got to have some structure when it comes to rolling out these PSLs and the plans. And having, some fans do the stadium experience tour, and then the reps are going to pitch them on, why this is a worthy investment wherever it is that they're looking to sit. I get that needs to be a process. You can't do too much at once. And sure, some patience can definitely be exercised with fans who are waiting for their turn and waiting to find out, what they're going to be rated for. How much money is it going to cost them to get these PSLs? But again, like I said, these are fans that, in many cases have supported the Buffalo Bills for many years. They've bought season tickets when they sucked. They bought season tickets during a 17-year drought. Some people for the duration of this drought. So all the highs, all the lows of this franchise for many years, in some cases at least anyway, they want to know what the hell's going on, and depending on where your current Buffalo Bills season tickets are, you ain't learning shit. You ain't learning shit right now. I mean, hell, you don't have a solid estimate, a timeline for when you're even going to get the tour and crack at the option to purchase a PSL. Now, that's one thing I have not, a little spoiler alert here, I've not been able to find out a more direct timeline for when people who have crappier, for a lack of a better term, crappier season tickets right now, when they're going to get their chance at this stadium tour. And I know there's a group on Facebook right now about Bills PSL stuff. And I got to be honest with you, all due respect, a shit's like a cuckoo nest right now on there. I mean, I'm watching a couple posts a day at least. People just losing their ever-loving minds when they don't have any real clue of what's actually going on. Again, just rampant rumors and speculation and people posting and reacting out of fear. And I get it. I do. I understand. And I'm not going to sit here, as I just said a couple minutes ago, about why I don't buy season tickets. I don't go to the games. So I'm not going to sit here and try to say I can relate to how people are feeling about this right now, because I can't relate, because I don't go to the games and I don't have season tickets and I don't have any interest in them. And I don't have an interest and buy it at PSL. But a lot of people do. And they're really pissed off. They're confused. They don't know what the hell is going on. But with all that said, from this point forth right now, I don't want to get away from, what I think is the point of today's show. What I was just railing about is opinion. It's speculation. It's emotion. So for the rest of today, what I'm going to talk to you about are some of the things that I've now learned in regards to the Buffalo Bills, to this new stadium, to the PSLs, season tickets, and other stuff. What I'm going to talk about is not speculation. It's well-sourced information that I consider concrete. And I'm not going to sit here and try to lure you in. There's no real hook here. I'm not going to tell you that I'm about to reveal a ton of like earth-shattering PSL news, but I know there's stuff I'm about to hit on that really isn't out there in the public eye yet. At least I haven't really seen it in many publications. I know that the Buffalo News had a post about $50,000 PSL sticker shock, but it's not just a lot that's been written as fact, at least anyway, out there right now, or talked about on any of these content shows, at least to my knowledge. So, on that note, here are some things that I've learned recently. Again, after speaking to a couple of sources, and I'm kind of going to go, I got some notes here, some thoughts, semi-random order. Like these aren't necessarily in order of most significant to least, but just some talking points and some things that I've been able to learn. I want to start with this one. Buy now or go to the back to the end of the line. Heard a lot of people talking about that. A lot of people saying that they've been told, buy your season tickets now, buy the PSL now. And if you don't, you're going to go to the back of the line and everyone else is going to get a chance to go before you. I'm telling you right now today that that's a myth. That's not true. If you're not ready to make an immediate decision, or if you get the stadium tour from your sales rep and you say, no, at least no for now, you're not out when the next group starts. You're not out. You don't go to the back of the line when it comes to having the chance to buy the PSLs and season tickets. Now, what is true is that the Bills can't and will not hold on to any PSL inventory. So if you go on the tour and you don't make a decision, there's no guarantee that your spot's still going to be there when the next sets of groups start coming into the picture. Obviously, more prospective buyers equals less inventory to sell. So if you do wait around, there is a chance that you don't get a PSL in approximation to where you currently sit. Now, that said, again, if you don't want to pay for a PSL for a club seat right now, for what's available right now, or, really good seats, say, on the 40-yard line, that don't mean you're going to end up getting the worst seats in the house at the very end because you were forced to some mythical back of the line. Again, a big myth that's been going around. I should also add, too, that you don't have to make a decision like that moment or that day on the spot. You can book anytime. Like if you want your PSL, you can book anytime during like that 3-week window that your group is shown the stadium experience and you're offered your PSL before you potentially lose it. So if you go there, it's a 3-week window and you go with 3 different sections, 3 different groups, and you go there, say on a Tuesday that first week, and you haven't made your decision on that day, you got time to think. You don't have to make a decision right there on the spot. And by the way, you could also, if you do go to a stadium tour right now, if you have been on one and you decide, you had 2 season tickets at the old stadium and you're good with the PSL price, you go with the season ticket prices, the sales rep, they pitched you well. You can You could buy more than 2 tickets. I guess that's what I'm telling you. You could buy more than 2 PSLs if you wanted to as well. But the big thing, for me at least anyway, is that the pressure to make, a quick decision, it's just being overblown, if not a straight up myth. Multiple sources on this have told me there was really no pressure like that at all when they went, like buy now or you're out. One of the sources said it's a lot of money and they know it. And I don't think they expect people to make a decision in 30 minutes that involves thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. So there's that. Another thing I've learned, downgrading is an option. Again, without automatically going to the back of the line. So if you go on a tour now, similar to where your current seat is, which all tours will be in approximation to where your current seat is. So if you go on a tour and you decline, you don't want to be in that area's PSL, per source, you could tell them what you're looking for and what you might be willing to pay. At that point, the sales rep will pair you with an area. They won't give you a price, but they'll pair you with an area. And when it's time for groups in that area to get the tour and all the pricing information, they're going to call you back and you can look at what's left. I'm going to quote a source directly. Says they want to place everyone where they feel comfortable, they meaning the consumer, where they feel comfortable, and find everyone a seat who has one. There is not a waiting until the end and getting the scraps. They anticipate lots of moving around as people get prices. Another thing that I've learned, when you'll be able to get a chance to take the tour and get your PSL if you choose. Not really breaking any news here, but the way it's working right now is they are doing all the tours by groups of around 3 sections. And starting dead smack right now, what they've done with this first 3 groups over these first 3 weeks, dead smack in the middle with the best club seats that you're going to get in the stadium. Each group is slated to last 3 weeks. And by each group, I mean those 3 sections, that group for 3 weeks, and then the next one comes. For now, it's roughly 3 section areas at a time, may eventually be more. Again, it's very procedural how they're doing this right now. And they're not trying to rush anything, which, again, a lot of fans who want to know where their seat's going to be and how much it's going to cost them, impatient, understandably so, but they're just not operating that way. From a source, I'm told that by June, they plan to be done with like current club level season ticket holders, and then they'll start to move to the existing 50-yard line-ish, 100 level current season ticket holders, like in the lower bowl. Again, windows are 3 sections per group. So the farther your current season tickets are, away from midfield, the cheaper they currently are, the longer you can expect to wait before your turn is ultimately called. And I'm quite sure, that's probably the most frustrating part and what's causing a lot of this vocal outrage, social media outrage. People still literally months away from getting a chance to see the experience and find out, what a PSL actually is going to cost them. They don't know right now. And that's certainly fair too. But again, that's the Bills process. Anyway, I'm going to take a real quick break. I'm going to come back. And on the other side, got some more things to hit on, including financing. I've definitely learned some pretty solid, concrete financing details, which again, at least one of them is going to prove that what people were speculating about was a myth. So be right back. All right, I am back here, and we are talking about Buffalo Bills PSL information that I have been able to learn through a couple sources. Again, I'm not going to sit here and try to act like I'm breaking earth-shattering news here, but I think that I've been uncovering, and we'll have some more things here coming up to uncover that may be of interest to a lot of potential prospective PSL Buffalo Bills season ticket holders that maybe they didn't know about information that's not really out there much, if at all. Anyway, financing. This is important, obviously. So let's get into this. Per source, PSL loans are interest-free, okay? Interest-free. I have seen on social media tons of people talking about having to take out loans to pay for these and paying all kinds of interest over a long period of time. That is straight up not true. So, per source, PSL loans, interest free. The hard payoff date for all PSLs, interest free loans, December 1st, 2026. So interest-free loans, cutoff date to pay them off, no matter how much it's for, December 1st, 2026. Right now, the current term is 32 months with no interest. Now, of course, as each new group goes and the weeks and the months pass by, that goes down per month and it's going to give you less time to pay. You're not going to have 32 months to pay if the hard date is December 1st, 2026, and you don't even get your stadium tour for another 5 months. Obviously, it'd be 26, 27 months. Now, of course, as each new group goes and the months that pass by, that goes down per month, gives you less time to pay. But the theory is, as time passes and the seat selection becomes less expensive for the PSL, the cost is going to go down, which will make it easier to pay in less time. But regardless, December 1st, 2026, that's your hard date for all interest-free PSL payments. Also of significance, the PSL interest-free loans require a 20% deposit. And that 20% deposit is no matter how much your PSL is. So if you got a PSL that's going to run you 10 grand, you're going to have to throw 2 grand down. If your PSL is going to cost you $1,000, you need to put 200 down and you finance the less. Again, interest free. But like I said, the cheaper PSLs, having less months to finance, you're not going to be getting the option to purchase them for quite some time. But to recap that, interest free, December 1st, 2026, and 20% down for whatever the cost of your PSL is. That's what it's going to take to reserve your spot. Something that kind of sucks, but it's also fair. For all the people going nuts right now over the PSLs, the prices, again, I keep saying this, understandably so. So a lot of people out there right now currently not holding any season tickets, and they're pumped. The Bills are building a new stadium. This team's good. I've thought about getting season tickets, but I've never done it before. You know what? When the new stadium opens, I'm going to give me some season tickets, right? Well, you're waiting for your crack to get those seats, or current season ticket holders who have average to mediocre seats, who would love to spend the extra money to upgrade, and I mean a lot of extra money. Upgrade their seating location, maybe even the club seats. Well, the bad news is, again, not only do you have to wait your turn, but you ultimately may not even get that chance. PSLs is in a lottery right now being sold as the highest bidder. Current season ticket holders, club seat holders at similar locations, they get first dibs and very likely are going to eat a lot, if not almost all them up. That sucks for people who are trying to jump in new, or it sucks for the people who are, looking to upgrade significantly where they are right now. But in the interest of fairness, they're rewarding people who already have similar seats to get the first crack at them. So at the very least, it makes sense. And on a bigger level, it explains to a certain extent, at least for sure, why the process is going the way it is and who is getting the tours and the options to buy the PSL and why it's being done the way that it is. So I wanted to put that out there as well. So it's going to be hard to upgrade, but you can. If there's seats left, when it's your turn and there's better seats available, you'll have that opportunity. If there's not, then you won't. Pricing for these three groups. So there's three groups that they've had tours for. I know the prices now, and I know what they include and what they don't include. And if you're watching this on the video side, I'm actually going to put this up right now, and you're going to have to forgive me, okay? It's a chart. This is actually a seating map for the new Bills Stadium. And in Microsoft Paint, I literally have three areas circled off with a label. Like I said, in Paint, it looks a little bit ridiculous, but you get the idea. There's three levels here, folks. There's the Founders Club. There is the Field Club, which are on the Bills side of the field. And then there's the East Field Club, which is on the visiting side. These are quite literally the best seats in the house. Like literally the best seats in the house. And they're also quite literally the most expensive seats in the house. But again, if you're looking at the chart, you can see exactly where they are. So the Founders Club, these PSLs, and it's been reported, I know the Buffalo News has some on it, $50,000. That's what a PSL is going to cost for a Founders Club PSL. These are heated. These seats are covered. So they're heated and they're covered. Price of the season ticket is $6,000 per season ticket. So if you were to buy two PSLs right now for a Founders Club and two season tickets, you are talking $112,000 right now. Again, what it includes is heated and covered seats. It also includes food and beverage. This is limited to about 400 people, and that's it. And per source, they've sold very well. More than 75% of these seats have actually already been sold. So again, people out there losing their skull right now about PSLs for the best seats being $50,000 and getting priced out and no one's going to pay that. Well, they are paying that. In fact, it might be sold out soon. So sales are moving along really well for them. In fact, they're moving along well for all three of these. So that's the Founders Club. Again, $50,000, and told you what it includes. Then there's the East Club. Again, this is on the visiting side. It's $20,000. So you're paying $20,000 for that PSL. It's seated along the visiting side, 50-yard line. Seats are heated. Seats are covered. The difference between them and the Founders, no food, no drink, $5,200 per season ticket. And I'm told of the three club levels, this is the one that the price could drop some as it moves a little bit more away from midfield, but it's not going to get, again, per source, under $15,000 anywhere in the East Club. So there's that. And then the last one is the Field Club. The Field Club PSL is $15,000. This is seated alongside the Bills' 50-yard line. And I got on the video side here one more thing that I want to throw up. This is an actual from the stadium tour experience that I was given a view from the Field Club. Again, 50-yard line seats, perfect view, $15,000. That's what this PSL will buy you. So it's $15,000 there, Field Club, not heated and not covered either. So not heated, not covered. Food, yes. Drink, no. So you're paying $5,000 more for the East, which is on the other side of the field, but you're getting heat and covered, but no food or drink. Field Club for $15,000 for a PSL. You're getting food, no drink, but not heated, not covered. Season ticket cost $4,300. So those are your three most expensive PSLs. That's your cost for the season tickets. Again, $6,000 for one, $5,200 for another, $4,300 for another. Also, in terms of amenities and perks with the field club here, I'm told there's a patio on the field behind the bench with tables you can access from the club at the bottom of the section. It's first come, first serve. You can hang out there before, during, or after the game. Inside, I'm told it's all Bills themed. Like a stadium rep called it the greatest sports bar experience a fan can have. In the field club, there's one side where there is the tunnel, and the players use it to go from the locker room to the field with only a railing. So the team walks by you going on and off the field, like before the game, warm-ups, etc. Very similar to what the Buffalo Sabres have now. But you're at a bar with the team running past you to go out for the warm-ups in the intro. Seems really cool, to be honest with you. I've heard that the field club PSLs are selling like hotcakes, and they might not be available for many more groups, which again, that sucks. If you have current season tickets at the 20-yard line right now, you might, and you really wanted to go all out and upgrade to the East Club for 15 grand each. If you're willing to shell out that kind of cheddar, you might not get the chance. And that part sucks, but that's what it is. In terms of the East Club, it's, which again, far side of the field, the one it's 20K. I'm told it's the current Pepsi Club, but like on steroids. Like vast indoor seating areas, bars, lots of food options, a high-end look. Source described it almost like a top-tier hotel lobby. Indoors in the East Club, you can see the field and heated cover seats as well. In terms of the Founders Club, you know, why the East and the field clubs are restricted. Like if you're in the East Club or the field club, you're able to move around, but you're restricted to those clubs. The Founders Club, go anywhere you damn want. You can go to all three clubs, and they also got a sweet atrium. Also, club seats, PSL, season ticket holders, they get a chance to purchase a VIP parking pass. If you have 1 to 6 season tickets, you'll be able to purchase a VIP pass. If you have 7 to 10 season tickets, you'll be able to purchase 2 VIP parking passes. Exactly where the VIP area parking is, I don't know that yet, but obviously it's going to be close to the stadium with easier access to the stadium. No pricing information is available, hasn't been given to people for that either. Not even people that I personally know of that have already signed up and put a deposit down for the club seats. They don't know what the price is going to be either. But regardless, VIP parking, the opportunity, it's a club seat perk at the new stadium. I can't confirm if club seat owners are the only ones who are going to get a crack at VIP parking, but I definitely know for sure that they're going to get the first opportunity. So, to kind of put a bow on what we've talked about today, what we've hopefully learned about today, buying when it's your turn or automatically going to the back of the line, that shit's a myth, man. It's a myth. They won't hold your seats, but you could jump back in and you can get what's available when you're ready to buy. So it is not buy now or take your ass to the back of the line. It's just not true. We talked about the PS loans being interest-free. You have to pay 20% down minimum, and then you pay monthly up until the final balance being due by December 1st, 2026. This policy is the same whether your PSL is 20 grand or whether it's just 2 grand. The most expensive club seats, PSL wise in the stadium, are 50K, 20K, 15K. And from what I've heard, they're selling well, especially the $50,000 PSL founding fathers. Speaking of, 50 grand founding fathers is limited to about 400. They're heated, covered seats, food and drink included, season tickets, 6 grand each. East Club, 20 grand PSL, heated and covered, visiting side, no food, no drink, 5,200 season tickets. In the field club, 15 grand, not heated, not covered. Food, yes. Drink, no. 4,300 for the season ticket. We went over some of the known amenities for the club level, PSLs. We learned that they're going in groups of 3 sections at a time, with each of these groups lasting about 3-week period windows before they move on to the next one. They are going with the best seats. Then eventually the current 100 level around midfield, and then working their way towards the end zones. So the people with current tickets that are in the worst seats right now at the current stadium, you're going to be waiting the longest to get your crack at the tour and potentially a PSL. I'm told by June, around June, they're going to be done with the 100 level season ticket holders near the middle of the field. So they'll start around June-ish, beginning of summer, to spread out more towards the 40, the 30, the 20, so on and so forth. And lastly, downgrading your season tickets is an option and doesn't automatically put you to the back of the line. So there you have it. Hopefully you learned something about the Bills PSLs today. Again, I know it's really been heavy on the club level seats because, quite frankly, there's a pricing. That's all that's really available. But still, now you know that you can get loans, they're interest free, 20% down, and what a lot of this stuff entails, including some amenities. Hopefully, this was informative for you. I know that this episode is not going to be for everybody. If you're not a current season ticket holder, or if you don't give a shit about PSLs because you know you ain't going to buy one, like me, I get it. Maybe this didn't have much value for you, but I wanted to at least, put one out there for people, kind of maybe give them a little more insight as to what is going on. Anyway, right back at it tomorrow, back to football talk. We're going to have our second Buffalo Bills mock draft, the second of 5, leading up to the actual NFL draft. First one with Bruce Nolan was great. Hopefully this one will be informative as well. Busy week here at Talking Buffalo. Later in the week, Thursday night, Imperial Pizza live series continues. I'm going to be joined by former Buffalo Bills corner Marlon Kerner. Very much looking forward to that conversation. So one more time again, I want to thank everybody for watching, for listening. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe. On the YouTube side, hit that subscribe button, the little bell so you get notifications when the video drops. Make sure you leave a comment, really helps with the algorithm. Then, of course, on the audio side, make sure you're following us, Apple, Spotify, wherever you consume your podcast from. Thank you. Appreciate you very much. Be back. Brand new episode tomorrow.